everybody, Bones here, out riding with my friends Harleytrek, Moose3971, Fedexguy, and Maikeli7. We're out riding the West Virginia roads. Here are some of the motovloggers I'm riding with. We're going to show you some West Virginia roads. Well, we're coming up on the very historic Dingus Tunnel, originally constructed in 1892 when coal mining became very popular in the area at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Now, the local residents really enjoyed having money coming in from their work on the tunnel, but they really didn't want the railroad that would have been Norfolk and Western bringing in what they considered to be foreigners. These would have been black people and Chinese people primarily. They disliked them so much that the legend was born that black people and Chinese people were shot by the locals whenever they came out of the tunnel. There's supposedly several hundred people buried in the immediate area that were working here, and they were shot when they were either working on the tunnel or when they came through on the railroad flat cars. Also, this tunnel had a couple of major accidents. Two trains hit head-on in one of them, and it burned the tunnel pretty badly. And if you could see with the light, you would see where the ceiling has been burned, not just from the smoke from the trains, but from the fires from the train collisions. And because the railroad had so much trouble with this tunnel, not so much mechanical problems with the tunnel itself, but with the neighbors around it, they decided that they would go around this area here around Dingus, and they built the railroad elsewhere. And this tunnel fell into disrepair about 1913 and sat idle for quite a few years. But then the local residents decided that it was time to do something with it, so they paved it and used it as their only road. And so it is today. You have one lane of traffic, and you saw I was able to pass one motorcycle.
Turn into a footpath here in a minute.
The road is getting progressively worse, and you'll notice that it's getting narrower and narrower as we go along. It's a lot of broken asphalt, a lot of gravel patches, and chuck holes, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. notice sometimes you hear one side of the conversation. I've actually got my Sennas connected to the other riders, but unfortunately all I'm getting is interference, and you may be able to hear a little bit of that interference in the background. I'm sorry about that. I know what's causing it. I just haven't figured out how to fix it yet. So here we go. The road is closed, like I just said, and we're going on like total fools. This is amazing, and the road is getting worse and worse. Oh my God, the road is half gone. Look at this. Look down to the right. It's just falling away. And I guess they want the local residents to continue to use it because they haven't blocked it. I don't know, but here we are. I hope it doesn't get any worse. And my concern is the road is going to run out here shortly. I don't know who this guy is behind us. He's been following us for quite some time, so I don't know. Now you'll notice I've fallen a little behind the other guys.
Don't let it be gone.
And I was just talking with Mark about on the Senna about the fact that he was afraid the road was going to end up here, but fortunately for us, he just tells me on the radio that the road is actually finally coming out onto a better road. Little did I know that later on this better road is going to change into something better and more interesting, and you'll see that in part 2. There's a pretty good drop-off up here to the left. We've been having some significant drop-offs on both sides. This is actually a little worse roads than I prefer, but being with the other guys makes it a little easier, because if I get in a problem, I can just holler on the radio and they'll come and help me. At least I hope they will.